Volleyball wins their 4th Mountain West Conference title in a row. So who will they be playing in the national tournament? We have the answer.
And we give you all the bests and worsts of the semester in CSU athletics. Find out who we thought was the best athlete on campus.
And this week, in this week's In Case You Missed It, see one of the most unbelievable hockey goals scored by one of CSU's very own. This is CTV Sports.
Welcome to the last CTV Sports of this fall semester. I am Scott Huston, and this being the last show, we decided we need all of our anchors, so I am joined tonight by both Riley Adams and Ryan Hillman. Guys, it's great to be here. Last show.
It's been a great time.
Great semester.
Loved it.
All right, well, let's get you caught up on all the CSU sports news that happened over the break. In basketball news, newcomer Colton Iverson was named Mountain West Conference Player of the Week. This is his 2nd time winning this award. Iverson earned 2 honors when he shined in 2 road wins against the DU Pioneers and Washington Huskies. Iverson had 16 points and 13 rebounds against DU and 13 points and 12 rebounds. In 4 games, Colt 45, we like to call him, is averaging a double-double and is slowly becoming the big man the Rams have been lacking. The Rams are currently playing the UNC Bears and are winning at halftime 41-35, led by Eichmeyer with 13 points.
And over the break, the volleyball team earned their 4th straight Mountain West Conference title. After beating the New Mexico Lobos last Friday, the Lobos had beaten the Rams earlier in the year. But the Lady Rams got their revenge by beating the Lobos on senior night at Moby. It was the last regular season match the Rams played, and the win gave the Rams an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. The Rams watched Sunday to see who they would be playing in the first round at a watch party held at CB and Potts. The tournament selection decided that the Rams' first round opponent would be the Purdue Boilermakers. That match will be this Friday at 4:30 in Tallahassee, Florida.
This past weekend was one of the biggest emotional victories for Ram fans in quite some time. The CSU football team finally got to their 4th win. But now that the team has finished their season, it is time to give them their second half grades for the second half of the season, starting with the offense and quarterback play. Connor Smith led the team in the second half of this past season and really showed his potential, racking up over 1,000 yards in the last few games. He's now expected to be the starter going into this next season in his sophomore year. The running back play also began to shine with Chris Woke coming back from injuries and Donnell Alexander showing his potential, rushing for over 500 yards as well. And one of the biggest improvements was the play of the wide receiving core. I bashed them a lot in the first half of the season, but they really have stepped it up, started getting more separation, and really got more yards, really helped Connor Smith hit that 1,000-yard mark in the second part of the season. Overall, a good second half for the Rams offense. Didn't quite get the points that we needed in a lot of key situations, but we really saw some potential, C+. And onto the defensive unit. This was really the highlight for the Rams in the second half of the year. This unit really stepped up, especially the defensive line. It was able to get more penetration, get more sacks, and they also began to break up the run attack a lot more. Lanston Tanny became the leader of this squad and made a good foundation for the younger players. The D-line was also helped by the physical play of the linebackers. This unit caused way more turnovers in the second half of the season, and despite some key injuries, it kept it up with young players like Max Morgan and Corey James. The secondary was also able to get a lot tighter coverage and actually force interceptions and make plays in the backfield. Because of so much improvement, B-. And just think, last year they all were on academic probation. Well, coming up, all 3 of us will give you our best and worst from the semester of Ram athletics.
So it sounds like we're only doing 1 commercial break.
I'm new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to CTV Sports, and in honor of this being our last show of the semester, we're going to give you our best and worst from all of CSU athletics from this semester. So guys, let's get the worst out of the way. I want to know your worst game, team, play of this semester.
I'll start off here. My worst game of the season was when we went up to Laramie and played the Wyoming in football and absolutely got destroyed. We started off, it was going to be a good game, everyone thought, but then we started turning the ball over, looking silly out there. And how we didn't get pumped up for this game blows my mind. We lose them 4 straight years. Scott, we never saw them win. We never saw the Bronze Boot at all.
Nope.
So disappointed.
Yeah, I think my most disappointing of this moment was the 6-game losing skid that our football team had. Yet again, it seems year after year after year, we got into these horrible losing streaks. This year, it was only 6, and we were able to recover at the last half of the season. But it really started in this game against North Dakota State, not even an FBS school, it was an FCS school, a division lower than us, and we still lost, and that sort of started the ball. We lost all of our starting divisional games, got hammered against San Jose State, Utah State, just was not a good chunk of this season. Really disappointing.
Yep, and I'm going to snowball off you guys with football. It really was the most disappointing season, I think, and worst team of the semester, unfortunately. But that being said, we did get 4 wins, which is breaking the 3-9 streak that we have been going for with the last 3 seasons. Although it doesn't seem as big of an improvement, it really is for this team, and it's a building process. You know, I think this is the start of something good with Jim McElwain. He's going to get some recruits. It's going to be a good couple of years.
Future's bright. All right, so enough with all this negativity. I want to hear what you guys thought were the best parts of CSU athletics this past semester.
All right, I'm going to go with volleyball. They absolutely killed it. They got their 4th consecutive Mountain West Championship title. That's unheard of. And they also got into the NCAA tournament for the 18th straight year. That is in the top 7 in the nation. That's incredible. I think the most consistent team we have here.
Oh, by far.
Yeah, if you want to talk about any powerhouse, at least in volleyball, CSU's got to be in the conversation because that's incredible. Mm-hmm. By far the most successful team we have. Yep. I think my best moment had to be that 4th win that we got this past weekend. It just took us such a long time to get to that 4th win. The last 3 years under Steve Fairchild, we were only able to get to 3-9. We finally get this last win against New Mexico at home. And it was really the whole second half of the season. We went 3-2. And that's probably one of the better stretches I think I've seen CSU play in really quite some time. It was really nice to see this foundation that Jim McElwain has been building, not only with recruiting, but really with the moral character of the players. Charles Lovett even said that last year they weren't able to leave their wallets in the locker room because players were stealing from one another, and that's unacceptable. It's really nice that Jim McElwain has changed the culture.
Yep. Mine has to be the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Won our freshman year and our senior year. I love it. I mean, come on. This was one of the most solid games, and it was our first one. First Coach Max win.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta love it. Love to be in the stands for that game.
Definitely the most fun game of the year.
The dreaded Buffs.
Let's get them in basketball.
1-11. Yeah. All right, well, let's narrow the focus here. I want to hear who you guys thought was the best athlete for CSU this past semester.
It's early, but I got to go with my man, Pierce Hornog. The dude's been a beast so far, leads the team in rebounds, 12 rebounds per game, leads the team in minutes played, and his hustle is just amazing. This kid is feared by every team that we play.
Yeah, talk about heart.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of heart, I'm going to go with Dana Cranston for volleyball. She's a senior. She's one of the best leaders on the team. Played great. She is the top on her team in leads, in the kills, points, and aces. Top 4 in blocks, digs, and assists. She's a finalist for the 2012 Senior Class Award, 3-time Mountain West Scholar Athlete. She's incredible, and she's going to pull our team into the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I think so. I would have to say for my player, I'm actually going to go with a younger player, redshirt freshman Donnell Alexander. Really stepped it up in the running game when Chris Woke went out with that ankle injury and kind of showed us his potential for next year. Averaged over 5 rushes a carry, got over 500 yards this past season, and really showed us that he has the potential for the big play. I think it's going to be a great season next year for CSU football.
Absolutely.
A lot because of him. All right, well, In Case You Missed It is up next, and we will show you possibly the most unfair matchup in football history.
So, I got to
Did you say breast?
I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Welcome back. It is now time for the last, in case you missed it, the semester, where we show you some crazy, weird, or insane stories from this past week that you may have missed. Starting out with a little Ram love, some hockey action. Man, do I miss some hockey. Rams Austin Berg steals the puck, takes it in, and just watch this.
Oh,
Look at that goal.
Ryan, as you would say, look at those dangles.
Straight up dangling out there.
This part is my favorite, though.
The dancing.
Celebration. Oh.
Swimming on the ice.
Swim.
Look at that. Almost
Love
better
it.
than the goal.
Feel like he would have gotten excessive celebration in football for that.
Possibly.
Sickest goal I've
But
ever
that's
seen.
all right.
He deserves it
Love
after that goal.
All right, well, let's move on to something that nearly made me laugh at my entire Thanksgiving dinner, and that would be the New York Jets. Not the whole team, which are a laughing stock, but it was Mark Sanchez, and what is now being referred to as the butt fumble. And no, I am not making that up. That's actually what it's called. Ran into his own offensive lineman so hard he knocked himself down, fumbled the ball, the Patriots recover it, and run it all the way back for a touchdown, pretty much sealing up the win and kind of summarizing the whole game.
This team is terrible right
Oh,
now.
it was awful.
Horrible.
I love it.
It was
Horrible.
just hilarious.
Will haunt him for the rest of his life.
I feel bad for Sanchez because that only fuels the anti-Sanchez pro-Tebow fire.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Oh, get out of
Well,
here.
guys, have you ever wondered what it would be like to see a semi hit a smart car?
You betcha.
Absolutely. Now, let's watch this Pee Wee football play. Maybe the closest we get to that, this will say the
Coming in
rest.
hot.
It's
boy.
It's not even fair.
It's not even a crowbar.
The
That's
kid's
more
like
than
a
that.
foot taller
Hey.
and like 100 pounds heavier.
Mom and Dad, keep feeding what you're feeding this kid. This kid is going to be in the NFL.
It's going to be
someday.
big.
That kid probably has more facial hair than I do.
Everyone does.
All right.
Love it. And to end the show and semester on a special note, we have a bonus video for you. And you guys, you know what? We play CU next week in basketball. We're going to take them down. And this video is terrible.
Oh, gosh.
한 잔의 여유를 아는 품격 있는 여자 밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자 그런 반전 있는 여자 너는 선어해 도전에 원샷 때리는 선어해 밤이 오면 심장이 터져버리는 싶으면 묶었던 머리
Way better.
여자
Killed it.
We
Killed
are
it.
way better than him.
보다 야한 여자 그런 감각적인 여자
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
We just took them there.
We're going to take him to basketball,
We're
too.
going to take them on the court. We're going to show that we are the team to be ranked and not the
All
boss.
right, well, that is all the time we have for you tonight and for the semester.
If you want to see everything we did this semester, you can always check us out on our website, ctv11news.com.
And make sure to follow us on Twitter for all the CSU sports updates over break. Good luck during finals, and we'll see you next year.
See you next semester. Peace.